Hello, Tracy here. Welcome back to my channel. Bit late today, but that's okay. I have some news to share, and then I really want to get this Chalk Hill Farm journal finished. So let's do a couple more things in it, and then I think I might get cracking on it offline and get it done, but we shall see. And then I want to concentrate on tidying up my room. 4 more weekends to go after this weekend, so yeah, not long now. But first of all, I want to share this amazing new kit from Anne at Goldenmeade Journals. So this kit that she's just created is called Scamps and Scallywags. So if you'll remember, she also had a dog version. What was it called? Something in Ragamuffins or something. So yeah, this is like the cat version. Absolutely super cool. So I wanted to show you so I could just get rid of the white around the outside. Don't know if I'll get it started before I go. It might be something that I do when I get back. I'm thinking I might get a slow stitch cover together and maybe take that away with me to slow stitch at night, so the cover will be ready for the kit. Maybe, but that means I'm going to have to keep away from it for the next month, which will be really hard because it is super cute. It's grungy and it's right up my alley. Now, talking about Anne at Goldenmeade, so she has now got a design team call up, her very first design team call. She's looking for some lovely ladies to join her design team. I believe she's going to have 2 separate ones by the looks of it. One will be a journal one, and then the second group will be an ephemera one. Did I turn that over? So yeah, I will link below if anyone is interested in working with Anne and her beautiful kits, and you can read all the details. I love this with a bit of lace behind it. So I'm thinking the journal cover will have some white lace. I wasn't planning on it, but just seeing that there, I think I will. Love this. These 2 would have to be that, and these 2 with the birds would have to be probably my favourite images out of the whole lot. And then of course you have, you've got your pockets, put it out the right way, more pockets, then you've got this, which could be a belly band, you could make it into a tag. I've just printed on the other side with some of the kit. These are your page tags, some cool little words, more little tags. So it'll be cool to do some things with them. Already know what I'm going to do with that. Pockets, bigger tags, journal type cards, and then we've got the hearts. Now, what I generally tend to do is I will sit here and just look at all these images and decide if I want one of these on my cover, which one of them will. Although what I could do also, to be honest, like I said, I love that image, and I also love those 2 images. So I think he's going to be too big for a cover, because the cover will be this size. So even if we cut him down, I think he might be a little too... he might be a good size, might be a little bit big, I think. Let's just turn that over. I think I'm aiming towards this one. yeah, I think what I'll do is reprint this onto 160 GSM, cut that out, and this will be what I will use for my topper on my journal. So that's one decision made already. But yeah, if anyone wants to have a go at being on Anne's design team, I will link everything below that you need. Contact her. She's got a few questions, and that's it. I'm not sure how. I don't think I read when the design team will be closing. But yeah, come join me. It would be a fantastic design team to be on. I love Anne's kits. She always sends them through to me, and I have so much joy in them because she just does them right up my alley. So that's Goldenmeade Journals. Link it below. Right, getting on with this, which is another Goldenmeade Journals, Chalk Oil Farm. So I think I need something. This is going to be more a writing journal, so I'm trying not to like bulk it up. I did pull this out because I was going to do like a tag, but let's make a pocket. And I wanted to do a fabric flip, but this edge here is the edge of the fabric, so it's not fraying. Let's stick that down. Yeah, let's stick that down as a pocket, I think. A bit of material pocket. What to stick it down with? Let's just go art glitter glue because that does work. I don't like really using it with material, but I will. So we had, what happened during the week? I know I didn't get on and I apologise. Really busy at work, and to be fair, I am partially on vacation mode. Like, it's getting closer. I've got to do the last few things. Applied for Cambodia visa. I am going to get my jabs on the 10th, well, the first lot of jabs on the 10th for when I go away. So that's quite cool. Well, it's not cool, and I don't know how many I have to get. That's the thing. But we shall find out on the 10th. It was Mike's birthday on Tuesday. We were like, no, we're not getting anything for our birthdays for each other. But I just feel like, it's your birthday, let's celebrate. He loves gadgets. Anything to do with the kitchen, he loves. He loves any gadgets, really, to be fair. And now, over the COVID period, we were probably one of the few that didn't get into the whole bread making saga. So I decided, and I've always wanted, like, partially it was for me too, I must admit, but I'd never admit that to him. I went out and bought him a bread maker, thinking that he'd think it would be quite cool, because he did start off being a cook. So got the bread maker, got up, and the look on his face told me straight away that I'd made a big mistake. He was not interested in it whatsoever. Get to work, and he sends me a picture. Now, I'm not going to mention his age on here, but we're no spring chickens. He sends me a picture of a slushy maker, of all things. I'm like, really? So I thought, right, I'm going to pull your bluff on this. On the way home, I stopped off and got this big whopping slushy maker, and it is big, and brought it home. So he was quite happy with that. He had his little party with Sylvia and Charlie, and the girls came and my nephew came, so it was quite a nice evening. Had work the next day, so it was a school night, unfortunately. But he took the whole week off, so it didn't really matter. I quite like those, so let's put those on there. So yeah, come Friday, myself, one of my work colleagues and my daughter, occasionally we will have what we call the witch's coven, and we actually might call us that to start off with, and we just like have a drink to celebrate getting through the work week, really, but we really enjoy it. And so his task, since he wanted the slushy maker, was to his very first task was to make a pina colada slushy for us. Wow, I tell you, was that very, very nice. That was a good thing. So we had a few of those, which was really nice. But that was the price you pay when you turn your nose up at something I buy you. You have to, you can have what you want as long as I can get something out of it. So I've already picked another recipe for next round, but it will be a while yet because, yeah, we don't do it that often. That's what I was looking for. Sorry, I was just looking for something like that. Maybe I won't put that. Yeah, we don't do it very often, but when we do, it's great. Good company. So what I might do I want that, or do I want a piece of this muslin? Probably a piece of muslin, I think. So I thought I'd jump in here, show you Anne's kit that she sent me. That's really sticky. Get a bit more of this done, and to be honest, we had to, I had things planned for today, but that didn't really turn out so well, and we ended up going down to my mother, setting up her modem, all that sort of stuff that, you know, the slightly older generation do struggle with. So we set all that up for her, which is really good. Swapped her over to what we call here Contact Energy. So she's on basically the same plan as us. So we get free power from 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the weekends. Free power and gas. So we swapped her over onto that because we found it's a huge savings. So someone who is retired, or even not retired, you know, it's an affordable, cool, affordable way. So we set that up for her. Pretty much halved her, I reckon it will halve her bill, which is fantastic because they don't get much on the pension. Put this down. So we're just adding another pocket. To put things in. I just want to cut that bit because I don't want it covering that flower. I don't care if it comes down there. Pull that off. So I've got a couple things on Netflix that I've seen lately that are more true story doco type things. I'm not even going to say what the name is because I can't remember, and you know me. I can, whenever I mention Netflix or something we've seen, it's always like, oh, I've seen this amazing thing, and then when I go to tell you what the name is, can I remember? No. So I'm not going there. Let's just darken those edges. Just phrase it a little bit too, but that's okay. I'm not too concerned. Put it, let's stick it down. So I think that's going to go, I think that's going to go there. Or do we want it there? Actually, I don't mind it there. So it's got the blue and the blue coming there. So I think this is going to have to be stuck down and put something on it to make sure it really sticks down. So it's a long weekend this weekend. Labor Day on Monday, so we've got it off, so that's fantastic. So yeah, we were going to go down to Mum's yesterday, but we got up this morning and thought, well, the modem's there, let's get down there, sort everything out, because we've had to swap her over, sort everything out, because she keeps forgetting she's rung me to tell me that the modem's there, so it's like, let's just do it, get it over and done with. And then she can get on with her life. We can get on with our life. And no doubt I'll talk to her later, because she would have forgotten a password or something. Good thing is I know them all. Right, and there's a pocket that we'll put something in when it dries. Now somebody left a message on my last video on how to attach this. Now I did glue it on that video, but for anyone that missed it, go back to the belly band and you'll notice that I glued it there. So we've got a piece of beautiful old vintage ledger paper, 1938. It's got writing on one side, it's blank on the other, so plenty of writing space. And then we've got this journal card that you can write on, that's got the sheet peeking through the old envelope in Chalk Hill Farm. So for the person that wrote that is how you stick it on and use it like that. Just wondering whether it needs, try not to bulk it up too much, but I do really like, I don't even know where I got this from. I've got some Happy Mail share too, which I will show you on Monday, since I'm here on Monday, it's stat holiday. So I will film that for Monday. Actually, you know what? I wonder, it's not going to work. I wouldn't mind a row. Maybe put a row there. So there will definitely be a video tomorrow. There will definitely be a video on Monday. And in between, I've got to gut some books for next year. You would have seen them in a previous video. Yeah, let's put that there and have it so it's slightly over, quite like that. So we'll have a chit chat while I gut those books. I do hear that we can now sell to the US again, so I'll reopen my Etsy store probably after the new year when I'm back. There's not much point doing it now because I'm just going to have to shut it again in 4 weeks' time. But I'll definitely be putting it on anything that I make on Etsy again, and I'll be able to send it. And I'll send worldwide, which is good news. There we are. Let's leave that to the side and dry. And then we've got like a pocket there, quite a big pocket. So it's another journal card type thing there that will go in there or something. So we've got, now try not to make it too big. It's very hard for me. So we've got that, got that. Okay, really like that writing. So let's put something on these two. I've already got a belly band. What else have we got? Okay. Got this. Let's just measure this. And make side tucks. So what I was actually going to do was add some, actually, you know what, that's about the right size. Let's do that. Cut that down slightly and use this piece. Do we want to do that? Let's have a look. Don't want that side. And use that for something else. Okay, how much is this? So 1, 2, 3.5. Okay, let's use this. It was just sitting there, begging to be used. So I want, just gonna shock horror, actually measure something. So half, half, half. Let's go about there. Well, that's a rather loose term for me by measuring. Is that about right? Yeah. You know what, that's not going to work because I don't want that unless we can cover that up. And I've got all of this, so will that cover that up? I do want to use that, but not bugger. Let's use that for something else. I'm not sure what, but let's do that again. Now, can we see the pencil mark? Probably not. Do that. I might actually do some clusters tomorrow. I'm in a cluster mood. Okay. So 1 inch, 1.5, 2. So it's going to be, the side tucks are going to be just half an inch more. Right. And I'll just get there you go. Let's just do a quick now. I'm thinking, because it's sort of in greenies and there's a little bit of blue, but I'm thinking I'm just going to put a sort of flower up there. I did find this, which I really want to put in it. So I'll put that over to the side. Now, I've got some things that I've been cutting out. Let's have a look and see if there's anything in here. I don't mind something like that, because I don't think there's really anything else I can put on there. That's slim. So yeah, what I will do is I want to put that down each. So let's just this is what I was going to put down the edges of a few pages to give it a bit of texture, but I think this will do. Let's just chop it about there, then I can trim it. Don't even know if there's a right or wrong side to this. There we go. There we are. Right, and then we'll go this one. What can we do there? Let me have a look. I really do want to do flowers, I think, so about something like that. These are too big and chunky. Let's get rid of those. Can always chop something down. Oh, that's nice and long, isn't it? Maybe we could just do something like that on one. Put those in there. This was just out of a small book. I think it was like a bulb book. All falling out. Dot. And something like that. I almost want something blue, because blue for some reason just reminds me of like something that would grow at a farm in a paddock. So about something like that. We do have a couple blue things here. Let's just have a quick pull them out. Let's have a look. That's definitely not going to, that'd be cool, but just a little bit too big. And what about this one? No, not bold enough. I do like the white. Not yellow, although they are in a paddock, aren't they? else really there, and then onto that. So I think we may have made our choice. I think. Got that, but that's... Don't mind that, but it gets lost a little bit, I think. Let's do that. Right. Well, it was worth it sitting there painstakingly night after night cutting all these out. I thought I'm never going to use them because they're so big, but look at that. I'm going to use it. So that's pretty cool. Right, stay there. And I think all I'm going to do is just glue that straight down and straight in. I'm not even going to go around the edges because it's not a grungy journal as such. I'm going to have an avalanche over there in a minute. I can hear... Oh, that was close. I could hear it going. That is a strong indication that I've got too much crap on my desk, basically. And good motivation to get it cleared up. So I have a funny feeling it's Halloween tonight. When we're driving through town, we've seen a lot of like Halloween-y things out on people's fences and things. So we did stop at the... Oh, there was something else that just started falling over. We did see a lot of Halloween-y things on people's fences, so we stopped at the supermarket and picked some lollies up, and you know, for the kiddies. Right, there's one. So simple. Normally I would layer this up a lot more, but I do want this to be a really clean journal, and I'm really trying hard not to overdo it. So instead of like my mantra, don't think, just keep layering and just do it, I'm doing opposite to what I say now, just because I don't want to overdo it on it. I want a nice clean journal. There, let's get the journal back, see where we're at. So we've got two more there. Right. So we've got that there that we've just added. Let's put that there. That's going to fit. Yep. So across the bottom and top and down the side. We had some horrific weather here during the week. The poor South Island. I feel sorry for everyone in the South Island. Anyone that watches this that is from down there, I hope you're all safe and well. I hope it, you know, it didn't affect you too badly. From what it looked like, it affected everyone. It was shocking. Like the winds they were saying, holy moly, that's just not our New Zealand weather that we get here. I think that's what's so shocking about it. Right, and let's do the next one there. Right there. She goes really pretty with that writing. Or do we want to keep that? Wildflower enthusiast, seeker of historical features. No, well, we can't really write on it, can we? So let's just utilize this and put something under it so you can have another journal space. Right, they're there. Make sure that's on straight. Out there. And that's got a nice little edge. There. So what have we got so far? And it's starting to chunk up a little bit, but that's okay. I've still got to back that. Might put something else in behind that. We need something for there. And now we've got side tuck there. And then we've got, how many more things to, there's the middle there. So we've got something there. Got writing there, writing there. Okay, so maybe another something there. Yeah, maybe another 2-3 things on each side, so another 6 things to make. But I'm pretty pleased with the progress now that I've got started. Yeah, that's really cool. And like I said, we've got this to go in too, which is cool. Old vintage piece of stationery. Yeah, so I'm going to tidy up a bit before anything else falls over. And now I've got the long weekend, I'm definitely going to be putting Pauline's journal in my Instagram. And yeah, I'll take some pictures tomorrow, chuck that in there. I'll link everything below for this kit and the Scamp Scallywags, and also link to the DT call for Goldenmeade Journals for the lovely Anne. And then yeah, I need to tidy up. I can't work in this mess any longer, honestly. So until tomorrow, I'll come up with a few more things for this, and until tomorrow, hope you have a lovely weekend. I hope you come back and join me, and we will see you later. Bye for now.